Um, Fox, or as I like to call it, FO, is not a news network. It never was. So in reality, it's nothing more than a de facto propaganda and disinformation warfare arm of the Republican Party. Fox disseminates right-wing talking points, radicalizes its audience, tells them who to fear, and tells them who and what to fear, and who and what to follow, and in total conditions, and in total, it conditions them emotionally, intellectually, and physically in service to the party and the movement. And there is a straight line from Fox to Trumpism, neo-fascism, and the democracy crisis here in America and around the world. Now, Fox is one of the most effective propaganda machines in history. Now, the Nazi minister of propaganda, Joseph Goebbels, would be in awe if he was alive today to see this. Um, Fox's slogans and catchphrases such as fair and balanced, which they're not, and real news, which they're not, real honest opinion, which it's not, and we report, no, you don't. You decide our Orwellian newspeak. Fox and or Foe, as I like to call it, is doing exactly the opposite. Ultimately, Fox is not really in the news and truth business, but they're in the entertainment and money and power and propaganda business. And to that point, media and communication scholars have shown that people who watch Fox know less about empirical reality and current events than do those people who consume no news at all. Um, now a new lawsuit by Dominion Voting Machines against Fox for damages caused by that network's claims related to Donald Trump's lie about the 2020 election has revealed that Fox and its leaders and various personalities knowingly presented false information to the public. Text messages and other communications also show that Fox has contempt for its audience, as it believes that they are incapable of accepting any truth and reality, which is true. They don't accept reality and truth anyway. Now, none of this should be a surprise to us. Like most state-controlled media, the management, host, and other employees of Fox are not necessarily true believers in the party and movement's political message, but many of them are just basically self-interested actors who are chasing money, fame, and other incentives and opportunities, and the right-wing media machine is just a trough to feed at, as Salon's Heather Digby Parton explained. Now, last week, America received proof beyond a reasonable doubt that Foe is a dishonest institution that spread Donald Trump's big lie, knowing full well that he did not win the election. In a court filing from the defamation case brought by Dominion Voting Machines against the company, it's revealed that all of the top brass and their stars were fully aware that the election had not been stolen, yet they remained terrified of losing their deluded audience, which they had been instrumental in brainwashing. So they parroted Trump's bogus claims. In this specific case, they spread the falsehood that the Dominion machines were rigged for the Republicans, which it wasn't. So how has the mainstream news media responded to these fake allegations? Now, of course, there is the Democratic Schadenfreude and mocking, but what good are ego-aggrandizing reactions that do little to nothing in the struggle to defeat the Republican fascists in their campaign to end American democracy? Now, elsewhere, the dominant narrative has generally consisted of shock and surprise about the goings-on behind the scenes of Fox. Now, any serious journalist or reporter or any other people who think publicly about news and politics would be surprised or shocked or somehow taken aback by Fox. Um, um, would be taken aback by Fox and its propaganda operation. Number one, it's an indictment of such voices because it shows how dangerously naive they truly are. And two, more evidence that so much of what constitutes the Church of the Savvy and the professional pundit class is a type of cosplay or kabuki theater where people are playing a role that they think will make them relatable to the public and get them more clicks, likes, and revenue and further their careers instead of boldly speaking the truth to power about the country's democracy crisis and other serious troubles. And for its part, the network has dismissed the Dominion lawsuit and argued that freedom of speech and freedom of the press would be illusory if the prevailing side in the public controversy could sue the press for giving a forum to the losing side. Now, what about Foe? What about Fox or Foe, as I like to call it, audience in the broader right-wing echo chamber? Will these revelations, pull them out of the Fox orbit cult and back to some resemblance of political sanity and reality? And the answer is fucking no. Now, Amanda Marcotte had offered this detail in a recent Salon essay, and yet no one expects a single one of these Foe or Fox journalists to pay for their lies. And worse, no one expects the network to lose a single bureau over it. And to most people, the idea that you respect someone by lying to them is nonsensical. It's not just that Fox audience don't care if they're lied to. Lies are what they crave. They tune into Fox because lies are exactly what they want to hear. Now, Fox is a brand that fully captured its target audience by creating an alternative reality for them that satisfies their basic human needs, especially community and validation in a larger system of meaning. In the American society where loneliness is a public health crisis, the importance of such feelings and emotions cannot be underestimated. Fox is more than just is more than just a fake news outlet. It functions as a proxy for a particular type of neo-fascist white identity politic. On a practical level, Fox fans will likely not be exposed to the facts about the Dominion lawsuit and what it has revealed so far, and because they have been programmed by Fox, like the good cultists that they are, most will reject any unpleasant or disinformation or disconfirming information as lies from the Democrats designed to cause trouble by attacking their trusted Fox audience. Um, as an example of what psychologists describe as the backfire effect, the Fox viewers may actually become even more loyal and trusting to the network and its personalities after being told about the Dominion lawsuit emails and other potentially troubling information. Back in 2021, there was a conversation at Salon with a person named Jen Senko, who basically directed the documentary "The Brainwashing of My Dad," and she explained the hypnotic power that Fox has over its viewers. Basically, Jen Senko's father was seduced by the anger and the excitement, and people know that something's wrong and that the system is rigged, but they don't give much thought about how it could be rigged. Her father was also retiring from his job, and he found the right-wing media. This gave him something to occupy his mind and thoughts, and now suddenly there's all this excitement in his life. There is some right-wing media person telling him that the government isn't his personal business too much, and that they're very persuasive, and that they have very persuasive big personalities pushing her father's buttons, and those in the audience in general. And you know what? That feels good to him. There's an addictive quality to anger like that. It was exciting for her father, but it also provided him a group to belong to. She believed that a lot of white men feel like this. Well, what am I supposed to do? Who am I? They need help in figuring themselves out in the right-wing media, and that world provided it to him. And too many such men developed a victim mentality, telling themselves, I'm a victim, I'm mad, I need to fight back. Now, on Twitter, a lot of people will say to me, usually Democrats, oh, these people, they were always like that. They're just finding a port to park their boat in now. I do not believe that is necessarily true. She claimed her father hadn't been racist, but he hadn't been an anti-illegal immigrant either. But after listening to Rush Limbaugh and Foe, he got brainwashed. And when she made the documentary, she did not know if she believed in brainwashing, but now she knows that brainwashing does exist and it's fucking real. And there's the brainwashing that happens through force, and what we're all familiar with from movies, but what Foe and the larger right wing are doing is brainwashing by stealth. I believe this to be more insidious. There's only one type of information going on into the brain. There's isolation. There's repetition. That is how they brainwash their public. And like there has been a massive brainwashing campaign, something unlike anything we've ever seen before in this country. And that's what happened in America through Foe and the right-wing media and movement. Now, in a particularly sharp and brave new essay, Tom Hartman argues that Fox may actually be guilty of sedition, given that their owners, host, and other key personnel knew that their claims about the big lie and the election fraud were in fact lies, and lies that directly inspired the Klan attack on the Capitol by Trump's followers as part of the former traitor squatters coup attempt on January 6th. There's a thin line, but entirely appropriate line between hateful, lying, racist, or bigoted free speech, which a free and democratic society protects, and a direct incitement to violence. Which raises the question, when people tell lies that lead straight to the death of other people, or to another serious crime like sedition committed while trying to overthrow an election, and thus our nation's government, should they face criminal liability? Yes, they should. Now, Fox hosts, just like the fat fuck Alex Jones, have lied hundreds of times on the air, and they both echoed Donald Trump's claim that Democrats had stolen the 2020 election from him, which they didn't. And they knew that they were lying, according to reporting from the Washington Post based on internal communications released by Dominion Voting Systems attorneys, and the Dominion asserts those intentional lies, which they allege were done simply to make money from the network, measurably harm to the company's reputation and business. Like the fat fuck Alex Jones, Fox and its parent company News Corp, which is, like I said, they're not news, are being held to account in civil court. But was what Foe did merit criminal prosecution? And if so, what about the hundreds of other Republican politicians, media figures, and news sites who went along and echoed Trump's lies, knowing full well that they were not true? What if the Dominion lawsuit is successful and Foe News is destroyed? And I would love for Fox News to be destroyed, because if we can get Fox News destroyed, and I would love to have a world where Fox didn't exist. In that perfect world where Fox News ceases to exist, its viewers and the larger neo-fascists and the anti-democracy movement would shamble on like one of the undead. The Fox News audience is worth many billions of dollars, so of course another version of Fox would soon arise to take control over that already captured and propagandized public, and feed them the excitement, comfort, lies, hate, rage, and other negative and pathological emotions that its predecessor did for years. So no, Fox is represented by the larger right-wing disinformation and hate echo chamber, and is not going away anytime soon as much as we would like it to be. It is a fixture of American life and society because the deep rot and other cultural and institutional poison that birthed today's version of the Republican Party and conservative movement have not been purged. And now, moreover, Fox News is increasingly viewed as posse and boring by Trumpists, which it is. Those neo-fascist diehards are increasingly flocking to podcasts, YouTube, and other parts of the right-wing extremism radicalization machine. When Fox is viewed as too friendly to the Democrats meaning insufficiently loyal to Trump, his successors in the larger right-wing and anti-democracy movement, that is a sign of how severe the Americans' political and larger cultural crisis really is. But like I said, I would love to have a world where Fox doesn't exist because that's all they do is lie. So if there ever comes a time where they can be destroyed, that would make my day. So if you like the video, you can give the video a like and subscribe to my channel, RBW King. You can also hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when a new video comes out. Also leave a comment, let me know what you think. If you want to support my work even further, you can donate to a Patreon link, which you can find on the belt section of YouTube, and just for as little as a few bucks for a video, your donation can help go a long way, and thanks for listening.